Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're doing a European outlook for today's second video. So as always on a Thursday, we're having a look in detail at the weather for next week, 10 days across Europe, and I shall get on with that for you in a second. Just say that the first video release was our 7 AM broadcast. I've got a 10 to 14 there with all of the regular features coming up for you later on this afternoon. Please like, share, subscribe on videos. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday morning. Right, so we're going to start off with situation across Europe today on Thursday, 23rd of September. So it's very unsettled across northern Europe. Deep low pressure is in over Scandinavia. Autumn, descended there some time ago. And so, yes, very unsettled across Scandinavia. There's a low pressure around Iceland that's putting the high pressure that Western Europe has been under for like over a month now. The low pressure around Iceland is putting that high pressure under some strain and stress, but it's still clinging on into Ireland and the UK, and also ridging into France as well. Then we come down to southern Europe. We've got a trough over Spain, a relatively weak pressure as we push through the Mediterranean. Upper air temperatures look like this. So northern Europe is cool, autumn properly in over northern Europe, Scandinavia, northeastern Europe, Latvia, Estonia. Temperatures are reflective of autumnal conditions that have been all month. Further west, it's pretty warm still across the UK, across Ireland, particularly through France, and then into southern parts of Germany. In particular, low countries are pretty warm still as well. And coming down into the Med, it remains relatively hot through the central and western part of Med, and into Spain and Portugal as well. Precipitation-wise, without ridge building in, there is a lot of dry weather through western and even some central and even eastern parts of Europe. So from UK and Ireland and France in west, all the way over towards the Ukraine in the east, there's a lot of dry weather. We have got some heavy showers around the Black Sea and pushing into parts of Turkey. Most parts of the Med looking mainly dry. There's some thunderstorms kicking off through parts of Spain and into Portugal. And then, of course, a very unsettled weather across northern Europe with that trough of low pressure over Scandinavia. There's showers and longer spells of rain across many parts of Scandinavia, and also Baltic Sea areas and northeastern parts of Europe as well. Temperature-wise, it's cool in the north, even quite cold across far north of Scandinavia. Come further south, it gets much warmer. So many central western parts of Europe looking really warm again today, much warmer than average. Most parts of the Med still very hot with temperatures well into 20 Celsius. Right, tomorrow high pressure clinging on across many central and western parts of Europe. Low pressure still in control across far north of Europe. And again, we've got this trough of low over Spain and Portugal. Upper air temperature look pretty hot through much of the Med and into southern southwest Europe. Very warm up the western side of Europe as well, including Ireland, the UK once more. Another really warm day for time of year to come again. Tomorrow, cooler over Scandinavia with these cooler upper air temperatures digging into northeastern and also some eastern parts of Europe, down to the southeast, around the Adriatic, through Balkans and down towards the east parts of there. It's pretty warm for the upper air temperatures there. Lots of dry weather again, heavy showers and thunderstorms possible through parts of Spain and Portugal. Not as unsettled as it is today, but still showers or some longer spells of rain across Scandinavia. Another band of rain moving in towards Norway later on in the day. But otherwise, reasonable amount of dry weather actually across many parts of Europe tomorrow. Temperature still looking cool or cold across much of Scandinavia and northeastern Europe. Much warmer as we come further south and west. Really quite hot through southern France, for example, around the Côte d'Azur into Mediterranean. And just generally quite warm up this western side of Europe tomorrow. Saturday sees that area of high pressure beginning to weaken as low pressure is starting to deepen in the North Atlantic. However, most parts of Europe again remain under the ridge of high pressure on Saturday. Upper air temperatures looking warm away from Scandinavia and northeast Europe, where it's cooler, generally warm or hot upper air temperatures across most parts of Europe. Again, we've got a push of heat moving out of Africa into the central bowl of Med with plus 20 Celsius. Iceland coming back northwards through Corsica and Sardinia, for example. Precipitation-wise, again, because the ridge is still there, but it is weakening. Lots of dry weather in many areas. The showers are easing off across Scandinavia and northeastern Europe. We have got some thunderstorms, perhaps pushing into the Bay of Biscay. Heavy showers through there, maybe affecting some western parts of France. But overall, generally a lot of dry weather across many parts of Europe on Saturday. Temperatures still cold in the very far north and northeast. Otherwise, it's a warm or very warm, seeing hot down into the central pole of there. Main changes begin to take place. That ridge finally breaking and pushing northwards as we go into Sunday. So a change to Scandinavia as the low pressure gets replaced by high pressure moving north. At the same time, deepening low pressure in the Atlantic starting to move in towards the UK and Ireland autumn, knocking on the door by Sunday for Western Europe. Upper air temperatures are still looking very warm across most parts of Europe, and those warmer upper air temperatures are actually beginning to move northwards again up towards Scandinavia. However, you can see cooler upper air temperatures just beginning to start moving towards Ireland with that area of low pressure. So as high pressure pushes northwards, Scandinavia and northeastern and eastern Europe turns mainly dry. We've got heavy showers breaking out here on Sunday through eastern parts of France, and particularly around Alpine areas into southern Germany. Otherwise, many areas are dry, but there's this band of heavy rain and strong winds moving into Ireland and western parts of Britain. And temperatures will be getting a bit warmer over Scandinavia as that high pressure moves northwards. So we see the temperature lifting back in towards the mid-teens Celsius, probably, particularly through southern parts of Sweden and Norway, for example. And most other parts of Europe looking very warm or even quite hot on Sunday. Heading to Monday, it's all changed for west of Europe as low pressure around Iceland brings weather front west to east across the UK and Ireland overnight, sunny into Monday, and pushes it on into some western parts of Europe. At the same time, high pressure over northern Scandinavia will start to pull up a warmer southerly, southeasterly type flow. So the upper air temperatures show those warmer upper air temperatures are being pushed both north and east by the area of low pressure in the Atlantic and the high pressure going up towards Scandinavia. So obviously much warmer here with the upper air temperatures across Scandinavia, and the warm upper air temperature extending into Eastern Europe as well. Hot through most parts of Southern Europe, and then turning cooler through France, the UK, and Ireland as the wind comes in off the Atlantic. There's the band of rain that will be a cold front, but pushing eastwards across western parts of Europe through Monday. To the north and east of that is mainly dry, and behind it we'll have sunshine and showers. Again, most parts of the Medbo looking mainly dry on Monday. Becoming cooler across Western Europe, so there will be a cool down taking place through Ireland from the UK and into France. At the same time, the warmth is getting pushed eastwards. It is a bit warmer over Scandinavia, but nothing excessively hot actually showing up there. Into Tuesday, sun settled across Western Europe with the next area of low pressure going to move in towards Ireland and also to the UK as well. The high pressure over Scandinavia and northwestern parts of Russia continue to draw up a relatively mild southerly, southeasterly flow and bring a lot of dry weather up there. Upper air temperatures are looking generally quite mild across Scandinavia, otherwise cooling down a little bit really through central and eastern parts of Europe. And obviously it's a lot cooler with wind off the Atlantic through western parts of Europe, a lot cooler than what we've had recently, I should say. So there will be some heavy showers breaking out in the southeastern part of Europe by Tuesday, so particularly Greece and maybe Romania and moving northwards towards the Balkans. There might be some heavy showers, thunderstorms breaking out there. Band of rain becoming light and patchy through Scandinavia as it's moving into that area of high pressure. Then a lot of dry weather through many western parts of Europe until we run into the next batch of wet and windy weather sweeping in off the Atlantic in towards France, UK and Ireland too. Temperatures on Tuesday generally quite cool across western, northwestern parts of Europe. The warmest temperatures are going to be in southern parts of Europe. Through to Wednesday, it looks unsettled here in the west with winds in from a rather cool west or northwesterly direction. High pressure still sitting out across western parts of Russia, probably bringing a reasonable amount of dry weather to Scandinavia. Looks like pressure is weakening across southern parts of Europe. Upper air temperatures look cool in the west, much cooler autumnal weather for Western Europe, relatively warm across Scandinavia with those upper air temperatures, but warmest upper air temperatures are across southern parts of Europe. Heavy rain, another band of heavy rain pushing eastwards through Wednesday from the UK and Ireland and France in towards Germany, the Low Countries, Denmark, getting heavy rain, and some of this wet weather might start to extend down in towards parts of of the Mediterranean as well, in terms of showers anyway. Northern, northeastern parts of Europe mainly dry under the area of high pressure, showers easing off in the southeast of the Med, and sunshine showers following the band of rain in towards the UK and to Ireland. The surface temperatures are looking pretty cool here across Western Europe. Just generally a cool down taking place, I think, as next week progresses. Scandinavia is beginning to get a little bit cold as well. You'll notice by the middle of next week. Still, much of Southern Europe, the Mediterranean, hanging on to the warmth. Then into Thursday, again, the next low pressure is moving in off the Atlantic in towards western parts of Europe. The high pressure over West Russia beginning to recede back further in towards Russia. The upper air temperatures look overall quite average or cool, really, in many areas. Even down to the upper air temperatures are cooling down. Precipitation wise, heavy rain pushing from the Atlantic in towards the UK and Ireland again. We've got more wet weather here through parts of Germany and extending up in towards Norway, southern Sweden, and around Denmark as well. North and east of that, it's mostly dry. And more heavy showers and thunderstorms as we come down in towards the Balkans, around the Adriatic again. Weather turning much more unsettled through there. France, Spain, Portugal, and many central parts of Med looking mostly dry, but there could be some heavy showers. And temperature-wise, it's just generally much cooler, really, in many parts of Europe, especially the west and also northern parts of Europe begin to get a little bit cooler again, I think, by the middle of next week. Warmth is in the east and again across southern parts of Europe on Thursday. I'll just run you out to day 10. This is Friday next week, 1st of October, and low pressure again is dominating weather in northern and western areas, and that carries on into the first weekend of October, which takes us up to Sunday the 3rd of October. It just looks generally unsettled, really, especially in the west and the north and west of Europe, and much cooler temperatures with that as well, with those bouts of rain. Warmest temperatures probably across eastern, southeastern parts of Europe, because there we are picking up more of a southerly or southeasterly wind. So it really is all change. If you've been enjoying the extended summer across western parts of Europe over the past few weeks, make the most of the next 2 or 3 days, because from the end of this coming weekend onwards through next week, we're into much more unsettled weather, and these cooler, wetter conditions will gradually be extending east through next week across many parts of Europe. But at the same time, Scandinavia will get a bit warmer for a while as the high pressure pushes north. But even now, I think by the end of next week, things will be cooling down again. And yeah, so autumn is descending. It does look as though this is going to happen this time. We've been here so many times over the past few weeks, and the high pressure's climbing on. But I think, and I'll talk more about this in day 10 to 40 days, but I think the prolonged high pressure we've been under across western and northern Europe since, since like third week of August. I think it's been a long time, but I think the high pressure's days are numbered now, and I think autumn is about to descend. So yes, it is a case of all change in the week ahead. Right, so that's the European Outlook this week. We will be back later on with your 10 to 14 day. It's going to include all of red features. Come back for that then. But for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.